Clear blue water, take me home. Bring back them good old days I used to know. Must have been something in the water in that old sawmill creek. Baptized in the holler, I got down on my knees.
Morning guys, Dave Canterbury at the Pathfinder School out here at the Pathfinder School property. We had an event out here this past weekend of an advanced skills seminar where we taught skills that were more advanced than just a 3-day survival scenario, more of a long-term type living situation in the wilderness. And we talked about shelters, we talked about reloading of black powder firearms, we talked about a lot of things. But what I wanted to show you today was I had this canoe camp set up out here this weekend, and I left it set up so I could shoot a video on it real quick to show you the kind of camp you could set up with a canoe. And a conveyance gives you a lot of abilities that you don't have just carrying things on your back. You can see I've got a couple cast iron pots out here. I've got a 2-quart cast iron Dutch oven style pot. I've also got a small skillet with a lid. I have a situation here where I can fork meat over the top of the fire or hang a pot over the fire. I have a cooking grate. Those things are too heavy to carry around with you in a backpack. But if you're planning on being out long term and you've got some type of conveyance, whether it be a boat, a canoe, a kayak, maybe an ATV, a 4-wheel drive, things like that, then you can afford bigger luxuries. You can afford to carry a full-size forest axe. You can afford to carry some type of folding heavy-duty shovel like this one, a bow saw. Things like that are easier to carry and will make work a lot easier on you in a semi-permanent type camp situation or a longer term type camp. You know, I got a cutting board over here set up. I got my fire pit set up so that I can cook meat on a spit over the top, or I've got a cooking grate here where I can use my skillet or my pot. I have a couple packs with me because now I can put those packs in the canoe. I have a tarp that goes over this canoe, and I'm going to show you how I set this camp up. It was a real comfortable sleep this weekend. I had one wool blanket in here and a wool blanket shroud on the ground below that. I woke up, there was frost on the ground on Sunday morning when I woke up. It was really, really cold Saturday night. So I wanted to kind of show you how I set this camp up real fast and show you some of the advantages of this canoe type camp, other than just the fact that you can pack a lot more stuff to make your life a lot easier. Okay, so looking at this thing from the front, you can see what we've done is we've taken 2 forked poles and we've put them inside the canoe to hold the canoe up on its side. Now that gives us a lot of storage space inside underneath the seats of this canoe and in the front end nose of this canoe. We can hang things off the rails. We can tuck our rifle in to the rails right inside there, or our musket or our shotgun to keep it out of the weather. And then we sleep right underneath this tarp. And this is a 7x7 Pathfinder tarp by Duluth Pack Company. And all I've done is I've put those uprights up, then I've come outside and I have actually just staked that tarp down to the ground on both sides, wrapped it over the top, come out front and brought one forked stick here and just tied off the 2 grommets to pull that tight, and it's loosened up a little bit in the weather. You'd want to tighten this up every time it stretches, and then that goes straight down to the ground to pull that tarp taut this direction. Then I've just got a stake on each corner on the outside that pulls the tarp taut, so it almost makes like a dome tent type situation inside. So you've got room to sit up inside there, do what you need to do, work out of the weather if you had to, and then right outside of this shelter is where your work area, fire pit, and things of that nature would be. So it makes it real convenient for that type of setup. Then if you were going to move, put your canoe back in the water, go down river, whatever the case may be, you just fold it all up, put it inside the canoe, drag it back down to the water, and away you go. Okay guys, well I'm Dave Canterbury at the Pathfinder School. I appreciate you joining me for this video. Just a really quick look at a more long-term type camp using a conveyance like a canoe. I'm also going to take the camera over. I'm going to show you a semi-permanent hunter's camp that we started working on this weekend at the Advanced Skills Seminar. I'm going to continue to work on this with a couple other guys. We're going to continue to make this a more permanent type camp, you know, months and months long type camp. Again, if you've got conveyance like horses and things of that nature, ATVs, you can afford to build camps like this, and you can bring more supplies into those camps for resupply. We're going to use this for a hunting camp during our deer and turkey hunt at the end of November. We'll probably also use it for a base camp and a few other things as well. But I want to give you just a quick peek at that. We're not going to talk about it too much because I'm going to do more videos on that, but I wanted to show it to you in this video, so hang with me for a second. Okay guys, well, this is a bigger, longer term type hunter's camp situation. This would be for 4 or 5 guys, not for one guy. You can see this thing is huge. It's a lot bigger than I am. You could comfortably sleep 4 guys in here easy enough. Fire pit in the front for reflective heating. You could get work areas out here. You could put a pole up across here to hang some type of gambrel on, like this metal one right here, so that you could process larger game like deer and things like that, hog. We did process a hog out here this weekend while we were in the process of making this shelter. But we're going to bring this shelter out a little bit more and put another half face on it over here, so that it's like a triangle, almost like a combination between a lean and a spider shelter on the one end with a bell on it to store equipment in and put bunks in. And then we're going to use this other side for more of a working area out of the rain, and we may put some type of an overhang on that as well. So stay with us as this develops. I just wanted to give you a quick sneak peek of it. This is more of a long hunter type or hunting camp type semi-permanent shelter that you would improve as you go. This is just the beginnings of it. It took about 20 guys, an hour and a half to build this, but 2 guys worked on the framework for a few hours by themselves with just an axe and no saws. So stay with me on this, guys, because we'll be back with more videos from this longer term hunters camp. Probably make a journal out of it before it's over with as we go when we get into our trapping series. I appreciate you guys joining me for this video. I appreciate everything that you do for me, for my family, for my school. I appreciate your views and your comments. Stay with me. I know the videos are a little bit scarce right now. I'm trying to get them in as I can between teaching and doing things out of state. I've got to leave for West Virginia day after tomorrow to do some training with some people over there, and then I'll be back again to shoot more video, but I'll try to get at least one more video up before I go. I'm Dave Canterbury at the Pathfinder School. Thanks, guys.